Hmm. 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 Hi, my sweets. Any minute now, I'm going to be able to pop open my chat log, take a peep at that. Yep, it is. It says we're streaming, but you know how that goes. Oh, YouTube. Classic. Hey, there we go. Okay. Pop out chat. Pull it over here. Alrighty. All right. So, testing, 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 testing. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay. So, today I've gotta fuck with some cameras. Not that the outlets and everything is not done, but I was just a sleepy boy, and I did not wake up in time to do all the things that I needed to do yesterday, and that would be setting up lights, all that stuff. Everything is pretty much good to move forward with having the shop and the studio, like filming at a higher quality level. At 6 in the morning, though, it's hard to get out of bed. But we can talk about that. I have a lot of other things to talk about. I started painting Vehement. Hi, possum. Oh, my sweet, sweet possum. It's good to see you. I got my hair cut. It looks smaller. My hairdresser hurt her foot or hand, so Kelly took care of it for me. I'm always happy when she does that. I'm just like, I'll just buzz it myself and then snip the top. But she's like, I can do it. And she did a good job, I think. Yeah, my first mohawk was during COVID, when I was fully at, like, it's the end of days. Road warrior, and I just mohawked, which was, I think, a very good look. Kelly, I remember distinctly pulling up to our house, and I had on the rattiest pair of camo shorts you could imagine, and a highlighter yellow real tree hunting like tank top that is covered in holes. Like, it just looks, I look like a bum, such a bum. And this fucking mohawk, I looked like I had just, like, overnight, once COVID dropped, I was like, all right, we're all ready, right? We've all been waiting for Mad Max, Road Warrior, like, all right. I have been painting, and I've been building trees, making some trees. I've been rolling all these trees up, which, yeah, I gotta tell you, I did roll them. I did roll them all up. There's like a process you gotta. That's really any time you're working with clay, any kind of clay. You want to make sure that your fingers stay nice and slick, and whatever you're putting the clay on does not. That way it sticks on there. And that is something that is very annoying when it comes to a piece of metal, like a metal wire. If you don't have if the wire is not clean, and I say that like chemically oily, like I have. Let me show you. So I've yet to use it, but, well, no, that's not true. I've used it a couple times. I haven't used it in a hot minute, but I have this guy. This is a Magnasonic. It is a ultrasonic cleaner. And I just throw a little bit of water and just like a sprinkling, a whisper of soap. A whisper of soap. Just a whisper of soap in there. And that bad boy will remove all of the like human oils from your fingers. And that is important for gunpla. Not so much this kind of stuff. At least typically in my book. I don't care too much about that kind of stuff for my models because I'm usually covering them in, super glue and grit and texture. So I don't really care for that. But it makes a big difference. How will I keep my boys oily and slick? I have a response, but I don't think it's appropriate. Butter? I don't know. The first thing that hit my head, Possum, was I just can't stop thinking about that. I can't stop thinking about the Crisco. Crisco also would work. I was gonna say gun oil, which is that lube that looks like it's in the same kind of, it comes in the same bottle as Mig Jimenez's paints did for a while. But I think I've never seen them physically. I've only seen them both on Amazon, and it's just very comical when it pops up. Like one is a paint, and one is a sex lube. It's specifically targeted for like men, and that is very funny to me that like they made a paint, and then they like made the bottle look like that other bottle. And I don't know which one came first. I would really, really like to think that I hope that the lube came first and men. I'll just say men. Hi. Margot says, anybody can use it. I like to put it on my tail. And my tail's just nice and slick. Yeah. Or your whole body, and then you can just like run and slide on the concrete. Something like that. Margot doesn't like that. So here's the thing, actually. We often joke about Margot wrestling burritos. I think any product that plays into machismo is just ridiculous. I think yeah, I mean I agree with that entirely. I think that is such a I don't even know. Like both of those are such ridiculous things to like shape like a gun or like a bullet. You're just like, okay, I put this on my little toys. We carry a bunch of those products at Lowe's, and it's wild what dudes had to go through to not just stink like ass. You carry a bunch of those products at Lowe's? That's wild. And it's wild what dudes will have to go through. Yeah, no, it's crazy. People are wild, man. People be wild. And I watched a movie this week, and I really want to tell you all about it, just in case. Just fucking go to Bath and Body Works and grab yourself some fucking cinnamon roll body wash and scrub. Yeah. That's it. So I say that, and I'm not shaming anybody for like, lack of hygiene or anything like that, because I absolutely am a lazy boy. But this is absolutely like, this is my PSA, and it's not just like for dudes, but especially dudes. Make your feet look pretty. Like, not for me, for you and other people. Like when they have to see your feet and you didn't expect it. Like when you accidentally hot dog roll your foot in half and like try to break it, like, I'm a hot dog this foot. You're going to be really happy that your feet don't look like a monster's when like 7 girls that you've never met are just touching all over your feet now. And you're just like, man, I would be ticklish, but my foot's broken. And now I just feel, one, in a lot of pain, and two, like a gross animal because I have not trimmed my toenails in clearly too long. And I didn't think this would be a problem because I didn't count on my foot trying to break in half today. That's my PSA. Trim your nails. Don't have really frightening calluses on your feet. Like the kind that they're like, have you just been living in the woods? And it's just like, no, I'm just trash. I'm just trash. That's a rant about that. The other thing that I was going to rant was that I saw a movie that I was really, really, really excited about, and I got super derailed by that. But it was Bring Her Back. If you like spoopy movies, I cannot recommend it enough. It is so good, and it has introduced one of my new favorite characters, Marco. We're getting ready to talk about him. Come on. It's also Margot's favorite character. I'm talking about it. I'm not going to do any spoiler alerts. Okay. There's one spoiler alert. I'm going to tell you one spoiler for this movie. No spoilers? Okay. Eli wants my feet to look pretty. I love the little cats I love those emotes, the emojis. They're so good. That is a thing that is like absolutely on my list of like, what's fucking important? Like where, okay, so I'm feeling really good about like where I'm at with like getting stuff done. What is important now? Well, I'm going to have some emotes. I want a bonk stick emote. We're going to have a bonk. Bonk. Margo, get back here. Called her. Okay, so anywho, in this movie, there is, I'm not going to summarize the movie. I'm just going to tell you about my favorite character. Because this boy is so hungry. He can't stop eating. I get it, bud. I get it. So in the movie, there's this kid named Ollie. And you're like, man, something's weird about this kid. And throughout this movie, you're going to watch Ollie eat all kinds of things. And you're just going to be like, man, look at that kid go. That kid can just fucking eat. I don't think I could eat that. Ollie can. That boy will eat you out of house and home. He will eat your house. He will eat your home. And I love it. I've just been really excited about this character just eating everything. Which is not a vor thing, I promise. Which that's a weird thing to realize. I don't have that. It's not that. I just really like that he eats fucking everything. But there is a very key part where he eats hair. He eats some hair. And I'm not going to go into why he eats the hair. But there's a kid in this movie named Ollie, and he eats hair. And from that moment, I just could not stop laughing about like, I have my son Oliver. We don't call him Ollie because we're not from the little across the pond now, are we? RedWet. It's not a vor thing. RedWet. I swear it's not a vor thing. Skeleton. I mean, honestly, at this point, it could just be RedWet. I swear it's not one of my kinks. Skeleton. Vor is not. I'm very confident to say that. I'm not going to put a list of mine out there though, but vor is not on that list. I've never been interested in eating people or being eaten. I understand it though. I will say that. Like, I get why you could think that way. And I say that in the sense of like, I get why you could be sexually attracted to a roller coaster. I mean, I get it. I'm not saying that I am. I'm saying it's just like, oh yeah, no, I'm not defending anybody's radical or wild, like, differences. It's just, dude, we're all so fucking weird. Like, I don't know why I liked watching that kid just eat the stuff. He's just so hungry. I'm just like, dude, I get it. I think that's it. I think I just relate. Sometimes I'm just like, dude, I'm so fucking hungry. I want to eat this goddamn table. I'm just so hungry. I want to eat the table. And I'm not even hungry. Like, I'm just like, I just want to chew on something, really. That's really what it comes down to. And there's Kelly found, I think she found it on, it was just one of those quick little, oh, hey, here's a thing that's in your brain. And now it's nothing now because, constant scroll. But it was the Japanese word for like when your mouth is lonely. And it's just like that. I don't know. I don't remember what the word is, and I'm not going to Google it, but there's a Japanese word that it literally, it doesn't have like an English translation other than like, or an equivalent. Let me say that. The translation is, your mouth is lonely. And that is, I felt like my mouth is lonely just all the time. I'm just like, I'm not hungry. I just want to chew on something. And I'm realizing all this could sound not the way that I'm wanting it to. That's not how I'm wanting it. Anywho, this kid Ollie, he eats a lot of stuff in the movie. At one point in time, he eats a bunch of hair. Kuchisabishi. I did not pronounce that right. I am certain. But good morning, my gardener. My dear gardener Seekins. Your name is so fun. It sounds like you are seeking a garden. And I really like that. Or, good morning. Yeah, that's so it's a good name. Good, fun name. I like it. My name is I don't sound like I'm doing anything. It sounds like, my last name is just like, it sounds like I'm starting a parsonage or a priesthood, which my dad was a gardener. Aha! Was he really? That's cool. That's cool. I like finding when people, especially like oh, we changed our name when we like my so and so was blank and he changed our name when we immigrated. Like I love seeing that. Yeah, I assumed, I was like, I bet he wasn't a gardener and named you gardener because I was assuming it was an ironic thing because it's not spelled the same. But my neighbor's, my oldest friend, Alan. I just did what he did to me. My buddy Alan, his dad, when he moved from Canada, he changed his last name from Schmidt to Smith because it sounded more American than Canadian. Last name is Kin of the Sea. That's so rad. And now I see it, Sea Kin. Yes, the Kin of the Sea. Very Lovecraftian. It is. Man, I love Lovecraft. Let me rephrase that. I love Lovecraft stories. I don't love everything about Lovecraft. All right, foot. Sometimes you gotta grab your foot and help yourself sit Indian style in your chair. What was I talking about? So there's that kid who eats hair. And yeah, that was it. In this movie, there's a kid. He's great. You're going to love it. If you like spoopy movies, I can't stress it enough. I am excited to watch it again. I want to watch it again. I was like, man, I want to watch and see the things that I missed. Because it's very, very hereditarian. It's very hereditarian in nature. In its nature, it's very hereditarian in its presentation and its nature. I always like to wonder how people got their last names. Like, why did their family end with the name Big Cross? Do they have a really big cross? So I know my last name. And that's, no, that's such a good statement because I know I know on my mother's side, my great grandfather, they were Erde. They were Irish, I believe, and they changed their name from Erde to Erdley when they came over. And like when I say like came over, like my family has been like my family, my bloodline, all of the people that like came over, like that immigrated in my family, like I come from like the bottom of society at all times. uh, and I love it. We were fishermen, came over in 1630. That's so rad. I don't know like the year that I came over, that like my family tree like came over. I guess I could find it. I probably got, because I've got all the ancestry shit, but it's essentially we came over and just became mountain people. We decided that we did not like being really poor in Europe and in across the pond, so we came here and became really poor in the mountains. Maybe it was better. I don't know. I have a fear kind of like the mountains, like the Appalachia area. So personally, I'm gonna guess that it probably wasn't, because it's like a deep rooted fear. But honestly, that's probably from nothing against Mike and Martin. I love them and they live in Virginia. But West Virginia, I got to tell you, there's definitely, West Virginia is the state that I'm just like, I don't like to fuck with that state. I don't like going through it. I don't like going through it because if my car breaks down, I'm so goddamn just already writing myself off. I'm like, all right, what do I have in the car to survive? Because I'm going to be eaten any minute now. Like I'm going to start to be hunted like most dangerous game style and then eaten by cannibals. I don't know. I think it seems pretty clear that it's probably a result of the movie Wrong Turn or Hills Have Eyes. Maybe it's the fact that I'm a horror buff and I watch too much fucked up stuff. I don't know. I don't think that's it. Be the spooky thing. See, at the end of the day, I just think maybe I need to abandon my life here and just go off into the hills. I read about a guy who did that. And I really like that. Like for 30 years, he did something entirely different though. He was just like, I'm going to like not talk to people. Like I'm just going to go out in the woods and not talk to people. Like I'm going to be a cryptid. I want to be like a thing that shows up and I'm like, hello everybody. And then I go back in the woods. Eli the Bum, they called him. Went back up in them hills in 1979. He was a crazy person. That's what they'd say about me. So yeah, I started painting. I've ranted about a whole bunch of stuff, and none of it is related to Hills Have Eyes in the desert, isn't it? Yes. Hills Have Eyes is in like Arizona kind of area, I think. God, that movie. That is so... I get asked that a lot, actually, because I love horror. I think that was one after Visterion. I had so many people asking my opinion about like, hey, what kind of scary movies do you like? And it's just like, you care about my opinion? That, and also I really enjoyed. I didn't enjoy it because it scared me. I didn't like it at all. But when we went to the Johnson Space Center, I was sitting in the van with Johnny and we're just chilling. And then Bill fucking snuck up on the side of the van and peeked in and like, it was just peeking in. So like when I look over, I just see this face and Jimmy and Nick, Mr. Pink. And I'm trying to think of who else was there. Evan and all the boys. I'm trying to think of who else. Oh, Shane. All the other boys that went to the Space Center with us, they're all laughing, having a great time. And they're just like, oh, he's just a big teddy bear. And it's just like, I never claimed not to be a big teddy bear. I make scary things. I still am a big teddy bear. I don't like to get scared. I don't like, we had a very like, so my wife and I, we have a different kind of rule. It just like was inherited. But the initial rule was inherited, or it was set in place. And this is the rule for my household. We have a no scare rule in my household because one time I scared my roommate, bandmate, brother from another mother, Sean. I scared him with his cat, whose name is Gohan. 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 He makes that kind of a noise. He goes, he just kind of makes that noise a lot. Gohan was an asshole. So he's kind of like Theo. He's just a tabby cat, super skinny tabby cat that's just like, I like fucking shit up. Like, that's just what he likes to do. He just likes to do that. He's just bad. He just likes being bad. And that's fine. But, you know, that's his life. I'm not telling him what to do. So, anywho, Gohan, I got Gohan, and we're hiding behind like the wall. And I jump out, and I'm like, ah! Like, we scare him. Like, I've got Gohan. I'm holding him like this. So we poke out from behind the corner. And Chandler's like, ah! You almost made me punch Gohan in the face! So that is when we settle a rule, no scaring. From that point, we had no scaring rule in the house because Gohan almost got punched in the face. And it would have been my fault, and I would have felt really bad about that, and Sean would have felt bad about that, and Gohan would have felt terrible about that. So yeah, don't scare your friends. Don't be spoopy. Spoopy movies are good. But yeah, I was talking about scary movies. Yeah, though those are the movies that absolutely fuck me up the most. And that is absolutely because, like, a lot of people don't like The Strangers. The Strangers just frustrates me because it is just a movie and how to, like, give up, I guess. I don't know. It's like if that movie, in my book, in my head, the movie The Strangers is kind of like if that movie, like, 1700 hours or whatever, if it was, instead of him cutting his arm off with the little pocket knife, it was just him just sitting there and being like, I guess I'm gonna fucking die, and then starving to death. That's like, in my head, the equivalent of The Strangers, because it's just like, you have everything that you need to survive in that house. You're just choosing to let strangers come in and murder you for no reason. You have a gun. They have a gun. They have literally, they have, everything about that movie is just frustrating to me because it's like the odds are stacked in their favor in every sense. They're just incapable people, and that is frustrating to me. And I don't find it scary because of that. Now, movies like, honestly, the movie that really fucked me up, I think, Hills Have Eyes is gnarly, but Hills Have Eyes didn't bother me as much as like the original Wrong Turn. The original Wrong Turn, I think, because it is like very Appalachian, and it is a place that I have personally been in many times and been like, God, I hope I don't get a fucking flat. Because there's nothing. There's just nothing out there. It's just, you're on these mountains in the woods, the forests for like forever. And that's frightening to me. I'm very resourceful. I like to be able to take care of myself in situations and people that are with me. But there's just a certain line where you're like, hey, I don't have what I need to do that. And being in like a mountain where phones don't work, like that's the key thing. That is the key thing that I think really makes it scary for me, is like working in telecom. That's the other thing. Like, don't mess with people who work in telecom. They know where all the cell phone towers are. Like, I'm just like, I'm just throwing that out there for the rest of the world to like fully understand that, like, the thing that they do when someone does something, we know what they do because we help them, like, develop 911. We do the testing of that stuff. So I'm just throwing that out there. Don't piss off people that work in telecom. They could make you disappear. All that said, when you're out there in the middle of nowhere and your phone doesn't work and you're like, I don't know where I am. Maybe I'll pull out my phone and I'll use a map. Oh, wait. My map just doesn't work because the internet's gone. Like, it's just, that's, no. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Like, I think it's just because we are so integrated technologically and like with communication, like with cell phones, it's so easy to pull up a map and a phone. There's my son. He's great. Look at that little kitty. Anywho, we have so much that just like keeps us tethered. And I mean that in the sense that, oh yeah, how many directions do you remember versus like, oh yeah, you just put it in paper map forehead. Yeah, dude, like that's it. I don't know. Just, I don't want to get lost and then eaten. That's it. I had so I'm going to explain this. I don't think I have explained it on here, but one of the things that I am so excited about. And this is, I I like to come up with names for things. This is one of the best fucking names that I've ever come up with. Like I came up with this and I looked at Kelly and I said, "All right, pin this down because that's fucking it. That's the best name I've ever come up with for anything." But we have been working on a lot of podcast ideas, and one of the ideas that came up with for like a little segment in asking strangers if they're ticklish would be my wonderful wife explaining dreams that she has. And it's very specific kinds of dreams. There are very specific dreams that Kelly has had that I'm just like, I want the world to know about this because it's so goddamn good. And the way that our brains are just so black and white, like you just yin and yang, like the same, we're so similar, but the way that we function is just so completely different. She had a dream at one point in time that she woke up and she didn't know where I was. And I had been listening to a lot of Fetty Wap because I love Fetty Wap. Yeah, baby. I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. So he makes this noise in a bunch of his songs where he goes, squaw, 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 squaw. And I think there's one of the songs that it's just really, really, really funny on because and we always say a sensual squaw because he goes, squaw. It's a very like whispered into the mic. And there's just something about that I find very, very, very good because it's, what is that? I'm thinking he's saying squad, but then it was just, you know me, I'm an absurdist, so I took that and I started just saying my own thing, which was squeep, 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 squeep. So I say squeep, squeep a lot, and I have said that for a long time. Kelly had a dream that she woke up and she didn't know where she was, and she was just like, "Where's Eli?" And she, in the dream, knew that the only logical way to find me was to distress style call, go squeep. And I love that. That's very funny that like the word that I made up on like the waking world has like trickled into her brain to where it's like a distress call. I love that. The name of the segment was going to be Does Kelly Dream of Electric Squeep, which I think is the best fucking name I've ever come up with. I think it might be the best name of anything, which is, if you don't know, it's a reference to Android's dream of electric sleep, or of electric sweep, to Android's dream of electric sheep, which is what Blade Runner is based off of. Which it's a fucking sick story. Novella, I believe. Do Android's Dream of Electric Sheep is a novella, kind of like Frozen Hell or Who Goes There, if you will. Perfect. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. We're very different. So her presentation of how things go, and it's the matter of fact, I guess. I don't want to ruin any of them. They're not, we wanted it to be, it can't be a whole podcast because she doesn't have crazy dreams all the time. So it's just like, I want something to just slide in. But she had a dream where she reached into her pocket. I want to say there were 2 AA batteries, or it was a AA battery. And she was like, oh yeah. So she put it in her mouth. And the battery, this is the kind of thing that I'm like, I want to deep dive into this so bad. Like, why is your subconscious, like, the dream was she reached in her pocket and found a AA battery. And this is like, it's just a snippet, but like, this is the part that she remembered to tell me. And it's, of course, because it's so good. It's like, of course I am going to love this. She takes the AA battery. It's like, hey, Duracell, and puts it in her mouth. And she said that the moment that like she put it in her mouth, it still is a battery, but the texture changed to like a starburst. So imagine a double A battery that feels like a starburst, but it tastes like a double A battery. I don't know. That's fucking wild. That gets me really pumped. Like, what a wild fucking dream. I've never had any dream like that. My dreams are, I don't dream or I have horrifying nightmares. And my horrifying nightmares, I mean, like, my nightmares are hyper realistic. Like, I don't know if I'm awake or if I'm asleep, and they typically are in my house. Like, I'm pretty sure I've I've talked about that. If not, that is absolutely something that I will cover. Talking about Sam, because Sam and I have I have a very different dream pattern apparently. That has to be HRR brain telling her she needs more iron or some shit. There's no other explanation. So, or that has to be her brain telling her she needs more iron or shit. That, do you think, because like, and that's, I want to say she does have an iron deficiency, so that might be it. But why would it be a battery? Do batteries have iron? Nickel, cadmium, alkyd. NiClad. I don't think there's... Maybe, though. I'm over here fucking trying to, like, just cut out the elements inside of a battery. Metallic taste. Yeah, well, so, like... Batteries. Why do batteries... I thought it was the nickel. It's probably nickel. But, I mean, it could be. She probably needs some kind of metallic something. She needs... okay. She needs to just drink a bunch of Turbo Dork like the rest of us and get all the iron supplements that she needs. Clearly. I started to use black ice, which I got to tell you, I'm a fan. I did not use any of the stirring medium, but I'm pretty, he's all right so far, you know. I just bonked that all sorts. We just got basic colors on, red and white. I'm trying to paint him like the Pope. And then his little helmet, the cross section is going to be, to me, a clear red, as a reference to my boy Johnny in Witchhammer Studios. This model, it's the first model that like Viewer Games sold. So I did not want to go. I wanted it to be very clear what it is, so I can still look at it and appreciate all the work that went into the model itself. I don't remember her name, and I hate that. Trenchworks master molder, or like she is the head of like the floor. But she was the one who did handle all of these. So if you have one of the metal warrior priests from 1490 Doom, she made that model. Like, she made the mold, did the pour, that kind of stuff. She didn't sculpt it, but she did the physical thing, which is really, really, really fucking cool. To like talk and meet. That was a really hard topic change there. Sorry, guys. I'm just sitting here looking. I'm like, it's like 7:35. We're talking about my wife needs to eat more batteries, and that for some reason, I was like, oh yeah, my wife needs to eat more metal paints. It got me thinking about Turbo Dork, because I just cracked open that these new Turbo Dork paints. I have not, so that's the other thing. I haven't talked about that. Hot damn, boys and girls. Like, let me open up one of these that has been opened before, maybe this one. Yeah, there's no comparison. The style of lid, ice, yellow, limoncello shots. That sounds so good. Ice, yellow, limoncello. Ice, yellow, limoncello coming from you. Buckwheat. Also really like magnesium. This was a Adepticon color from Pro Acryl. And I think This one, a lot of people had mixed opinions about it, but I like it. It's nasty. It's a nasty color. It's a very gross metallic. But I used it for all the little metal bits on here that you can't really tell. Yeah, I'm going to have to touch up on this a little bit. We were talking about how my wife needs to eat more batteries this next level. Yeah. We're on the coaster. Also, man, this is gross. So I'll show you. A while ago, I had that. If you were wondering, hey, my friends give me their old, like, disposable vapes or something else, plastic that has gunk on it, because I'm going to take it and turn it into a toy. Wow, what do you do with all that gunk? How do you get that gross gunk off there? Well, you don't put it in water, turns out. If you have like disposable vapes that you have been gifted, or you, however, came into contact with them, and you're trying to get them to just be plastic or metal so you can use them and not have like any other kind of liquids or God knows what else on there. Thinking, oh, I'll put them in like a big old thing of water and like let them soak. Yeah, that doesn't do it. Now, acetone, maybe. I put all of them in this acetone bath, and I got to tell you, the water, well, I guess the acetone has turned really gross. Really gross. But it appears to work. I'm going to give it like another day, and then I'm going to start getting them out. And I'm saying that, and some of these things, it's like I can't tell if it's just eating the plastic or if that's like a coating. But we'll find out. I'm over here trying to save the planet. Trying to empty our landfills. Digging up Ronald Reagan. I'm doing all of it. I started doing that. I didn't dig up Ronald Reagan. Started messing with these silly little goofballs. I'm going to turn these to 112 models that Subpar Chris, shout out to my boy Subpar Chris, Iggy Gross. Yeah, they are. It's gross. That stuff's gross. The acetone bath is really gross. However, I did, and I said, speaking of that, when you are a boy with infinite hobbies like myself, eventually you're like, man, I don't do that no more. So you move on. I'm like, man, I don't know if I can put acetone in that cup. That doesn't seem safe. I need to have a better, safe way to store stuff, because like chemical baths are something I'm probably going to be giving lots of pieces of trash for forever. Well, I used to brew, like homebrew. So I have quite a few of these small, like 1 gallon big mouth bubblers, which are good because they have a big open hole that you can reach in. So I've got 2 of those. They are going to become my like cleaning chamber, because they're glass. Acetone will not eat through them. Water and acetone mix and form a new compound. Do they really? That's horrifying. Yeah, I poured all the water out. I got all the water out, so should just be acetone. But it is 7:40. I am going hydrogen molecules bind. Oh, that is true. H2O, and I don't know the chemical compound for acetone. I enjoy chemistry. My sweets, it has been great. Thank you all so much for keeping me company. I have to go make coffee, but once I'm done doing that, then I'll have made the coffee, and I'll start probably working on painting some stuff and doing some things. So I got to tell you, I really wish that my video did not like make itself really hard to open. Okay, it's 7:41. I got to make coffee. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. And sorry I got on here a little bit late, but I combined the two for cleaning spray lines with water-based paint. That would be, yeah, that sounds interesting. Thank you for the stream. No problem. Thank you. Thank you. Possum. Thank you, Possum. Thank you, Gardner. Thank you, everyone else, for tuning in, listening. I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate your time and the company. It's just great. I'm gonna get to cracking at it today, but hopefully I'm gonna get some trees more finished, and I might stream later on with a little more work on the castle. But if not, then I will be in Discord. But thank you guys so much. Sit pretty and have a good day. Happy Monday. Go get it. Go get it done. Have a good one. Bye, guys.